Hi, my name is Abril Chihuahua, and I am going to do the 2019 Justice Empowerment Scholarship submission. We're here to talk about justice. I have been in protest since I was the age of 5. Justice has been a very important topic in my entire lifetime. What does justice mean to me? What I think needs to be changed in our society to make it much more just, and how I can bring about change. Justice is very important and relevant to my life due to the fact that when I was little, SB 1070 was one of the biggest topics talked about in the entirety of the United States, more primarily here in Arizona. SB 1070 affected what is known as the Latinx community, more specifically Mexicans. And so my journey really began there, when I realized the gravity of the situation and the injustice of this new law. Justice to me means equality and equity, making sure that everyone is equal regardless of their background, regardless of their past, regardless of whom they are. And equity means applied justice. Applied so that we can make sure that nobody crosses boundaries, and if people need help to get justice, we are there to be that help. There are a lot of movements here, especially in Arizona and across the United States, that affect us all. One of them here in Arizona was called Red for Ed. Red for Ed was and is still going on. Equal teacher pay. Teachers only gain less than $40,000 a year sometimes, and it's due to lack of motivation from the government to pay them more. Equality in the workforce is called for. Now we move on to a subject that is very primal. March for Our Lives. So many kids have died due to guns of warfare. So justice does call for their lives. Justice calls for them being safe. I have 2 younger brothers, both in school. And they're both in elementary school, and I would hate to think about something happening to them. But in this day and age, it can happen, sadly. DACA students. DACA students are demanding justice. DACA students have been here their entire life. Immigration policies and other policies against migrants are in place, especially now in the justice system that we're living in. We have to understand why they're calling for this justice, to look deeper and to listen. What I think needs to be changed in our society to make it more just. Think about morality versus immorality. Following one's morals to be a good person versus immorality that allows people to be bad people, essentially. Whether it be bullying or guns or not having the proper justice system to hold these bullies accountable. If I were in charge of the justice system, I would call for less profiling and discrimination against all races, to look at the facts and not the skin color. There needs to be an open communication and collaboration between different systems and different beliefs, an open ground in which everybody can talk in a way that they feel respected. Because without respect, we have nothing. And how can I go about to make a change? Like I said, I've been protesting since I was 5. Calling for justice since I was 5 years old in kindergarten, because I was aware of the situation. And even though I see what happened with SB 1070, I also see it happening now. And it's scary to know how many communities are under attack. It's scary to know how worse it can possibly get with our new technology advancing, with no policies going through. We need to make a change. We need to be aware. We need to call for justice. Overall, justice is the most important important thing in our society. It is there to make our society function. But if justice fails to function and fails to serve, so do we, and so does society.